Hey guys, it's me, Miss Norris, and today I'd like to share a fun read aloud with you of the story Skippyjon Jones and the Big Bones. Skippyjon Jones and the Big Bones was written in 2007 by Judy Schachner, and it tells the story of a little Siamese cat who thinks he's a chihuahua. If you're ready to hear this story, I'm ready to share it with you. Here we go. Skippyjon Jones and the Big Bones. Ooh. Skippyjon Jones was crazy about digging in Mrs. Dolly Doohiggy's garden. So even though he's a cat, he likes to do things that are dog-like dig in gardens. Because that's where Mrs. Dolly Doohiggy's dog Darwin buried all his bones. And nobody messed with Darwin. Yeah, he doesn't look like someone you should mess with. 2 yards away, Mama Junebug Jones was hanging wash when her kitty boy blew through the sheets like a muddy wind. "Hey, Pickle Pants," hollered Mama, "don't run with your mouth full." But Pickle Pants had only one thing on his mind. So there's Mama, and his sisters, and she says, "Don't run with stuff in your mouth," but he doesn't even seem to hear Mama because he has one thing on his mind. Dinosaurs. Of course, dinosaurs. "I'm going to be a famous paleontologist," whispered Skippyjon Jones, arriving at his room. Then he popped a pickle in his puss. He slapped some glue all over his newfound bone and stuck it onto his model. "And you are my Skippysaurus," he added out loud. So you can see he's taken several of Darwin's bones and he's been gluing them together to make his own dinosaur. "Skippysaurus," declared Mama Junebug Jones, coming into the room. "Those bones belong to Darwin, and you better take 'em back for your prehistoric fossil is that snoozing doggy's snack. And do it now," ordered Mama, "before he wakes up." So she says, "You better get those back because your model, your Skippysaurus, is Darwin's snack, and you better get there before he wakes up." But the kitty boy had no intention of returning Darwin's bones before he bounced on his big boy bed. First, he pounced and wiggled. Then he bounced and giggled. Ha ha ha! All the way up to the ceiling he chanted, "Oh, I'm Skippyjon Jones and I bounce on my bed 'cause I love to eat pickles that tickle my head." Then he flung himself over to the mirror for a head check. So he likes to jump on his bed. And now he's going to go look in his mirror and see how he's doing. "Holy hairballs!" exclaimed Skippyjon Jones, pulling out his tape measure. "That's one huge cabeza!" A cabeza is your head in Spanish. Then, using his very best Spanish accent, he added, "My ears are too big for my head, and my head won't fit into my bed. I know I'm not a Siamese cat. I am a chihuahua!" So even though we can tell Skippyjon Jones is a cat, his imagination only lets him believe that he's a chihuahua. And quicker than you can say chunky chihuahuas and cream, the kitty boy picked up his cape and pulled on his mask. Then he began to sing in a muy, muy soft voice. When I point at you like this, we're going to clap. I'm going to snap, but you're going to say clap, clap. Oh, my name is Skippito Fresquito, clap, clap, and I hunt for the dinosauritos with gigantico ears that's been buried for years under layers of sedimentito, clap, clap. So he wants to look for dinosaur fossils that have been buried for years and years, and that's what he likes to do. At the same time, the Kitty Boy sisters, Jujubee, Jezebel, and Jillyboo Jones, were in Mrs. Doohickeys' yard watching Darwin sleep. "This is fun," said Jezebel. "Lots of fun," agreed Jillyboo. "The mostest fun," added Jujubee. So all of Skippy's sisters are watching the dog sleep, and doesn't he look ferocious? But Skippyjon wasn't thinking about Darwin. He was thinking dinosaurs, and he knew where to find them. Deep within his closet. You can see his imagination is already going to work. I've never had a jungle in my closet. But as soon as he stepped over the... Whoa, said Skippito, it's a jungle in here. But as soon as he stepped over the threshold, his snifferito picked up on the scent of his old amigos, Los Chimichangos. "Stinkitos!" called out Skippyjon Jones. "I smell you, but I don't see you. It is I, El Skippito Fresquito, the great sword fighter." "Up here, Skippito," hollered the Chihuahuas. "We are toasting los marshmallowcitos prehistóricos." "Not the prehistoric marshmallows," exclaimed Skippito. "See, dude," replied the doggies, "but they are as hard as rocas." So I think they're trying to say that they're hard as rocks, but a rock in Spanish is a piedra, not a roca. It might be a roca too, but it's definitely a piedra. But he found all of his friends. I didn't get to show you the close-up of Los Chimichangos. Los Chimichangos are all little tiny chihuahuas. And they are toasting old marshmallows. Old. "That's because they are facilitos," said Skippito. "Facilitos schmarcelitos," declared Poquito Tito, the smallest of the small ones. "We want to see los dinosauritos with our own ojos," he said, pointing to his eyes. "¿Por qué?" asked Skippito. "Because, Bobocito," said Don Diego, the biggest of the small ones. "We hear that they are really, really big, dude." So the Chimichangos want to see the dinosaurs, and they kind of could take it or leave it, their marshmallows. But they really want to see dinosaurs because they heard they're very big. This news made the Chihuahuas go insano around the rim of the volcano, singing, "Ding-a-ling, ding-a-long, ding-a-lito. Clap, clap. You are such a silly Skippito, clap, clap. You know what dogs think. If it's good, it must stink. Plus, it's great for the old snifferito, clap, clap." So the dogs are saying anything that stinks is good. And they think Skippyjon Jones is pretty silly. But right in the middle of their romp, Mount Itchy Gitchy Goomba blew its top, tossing the doggies right on their rumpitos. But a bump on the rump would become the least of their worries. So they got bumped onto their bottoms, but that's the least of their worries. Dun, dun, dun! Because boom, 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 Boom! Boom! The earth began to tremble and shake. Terremoto! Shouted Poquito Tito, panic-stricken. It's not an earthquakeito, said Skippyjo, peeking through the bushes. It's a T-Mexito! I don't know what a T-Mexito is, but I have an idea. And it's big and it's loud. But it's not an earthquake. Uh-oh. And he wasn't the only dinosaurio. There were big ones and small ones, feathered and bald ones. Some were spiky and frilled with a look that could kill. And they were all doing the very same thing. They were dancing. Did you expect that? Did you expect all these dinosaurs to be having a dance party? A little fiesta? Ay, caramba! It's the rumba! Cheered the Chimichangos. And before Skippyjo could warn them, the rascalitos had shimmied and shook their way into the dance line. This is loco! Wailed Skippyjo. You will be crushed like crispitos beneath the dinos tostitos. So he's saying you're going to be crushed like chips under those dinosaurs' toes because you're so little and they're so big. But the papitos didn't hear. They were too busy singing. Itchy gitchy goomba, dinos do the roomba with jumbo jaws and giant claws, with horns and beaks and scaly peaks. Itchy gitchy goomba, chimichangos do the roomba with great big hearts and tiny parts, with knobbly knees and lots of fleas. Itchy gitchy goomba. So they are too busy having fun and dancing to notice any danger. But something had to be done to save them. And quicker than you can say, Pachycephalosaurus Skippyjo let out a big Jurassico bark. Ruff! Holy halitosis! Roared the T-Mexito. I smell the pickle breath of a Skippysaurus rito. So halitosis is a word that means bad breath. So imagine how bad Skippyjo's breath must be for the T-Mexito to be like, ooh, you stink, little guy. Pretty bad. I am not a Skippysaurus, declared Skippyjo, whipping off his mask. I am a Chihuahua. Not the pillow-fighting, ankle-biting, pickle-dripping, dino-tripping Chihuahua they call El Skippyjo Fresquito, the great sword fighter, shrieked the T-Mexito. Oh, see, that is me, said Skippyjo with a bow. Then, quicker than you can say Don Diego's Dominoes, every dinosaurio stopped, dropped, and rolled far away. Where's the fuego, dudes? Asked Poquito Tito. There's no fire, said Skippyjo. They're just going extincto. So they are all scared of Skippyjo, and when he said who he was, they all got out of there. Muy bueno, Skippyjo. We love the stinkito, agreed the Chihuahuas, and they tossed him into the air. Didgeridoo, didgeroo, didgerito, clap, clap. We learned something new from Skippyjo, clap, clap. He scares them to death with his old pickle breath. And that's how we get fossilitos. Clap, clap. Then all of a sudden, boom, 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 boom. The earth began to tremble and shake. Every head popped up and sniffed. Dinosaurs, whispered the perritos. No, said Skippito. They are extinto. Sí, said the chihuahuas. Es muy stinquito. But it wasn't the dinosaurs that smelled. Uh-oh. What is big and smelly and coming their way? It was Darwin. Dun, dun, dun! And he was knocking on Skippy's closet door. Then, click! The door opened and out tumbled the kitty boy on an avalanche of old dog bones. So right now Darwin doesn't look mad, but look at how many dog bones Skippyjon Jones has, and those all belong to Darwin. I think there's going to be trouble. But maybe Darwin's a nice doggy. The next thing he knew, the kitty boy was waking up. He's not a good boy. The next thing he knew, the kitty boy was waking up on a couch. Oh, what happened? Asked Skippyjon. Don't you remember, Sugar Beet? Asked Mama Junebug Jones. You decided to return Darwin's dog bones. All of them? Asked Skippy. That's right, Dumpling, said Mama proudly. So when he returned Darwin's bones, Darwin wasn't that pleased, and it seems as though Skippyjon Jones did get a little bit beat up by Darwin. But he shouldn't have taken Darwin's bones. It's not a good reason to fight, but you shouldn't take stuff that doesn't belong to you. That very same night, the kitty boy found Mr. Perfect still sitting in the corner, all covered in bones. My Skipposaurus, he whispered. Then he dragged the cat over to his big boy bed for a good night bounce. Oh, I'm Skippyjon Jones and I'm not a dog fighter, but I still have some bones, 'cause I'm the decider. Then he decided to go to sleep. The end. You can still see his Skipposaurus. It says he's not going to fight anymore, but we'll see. The end. Ladies and gentlemen, if you enjoyed the story, Skippyjon Jones and the Big Bones, please hit that thumbs up button at the bottom of the page. If you're already a subscriber, thank you so much for your support. It really means a lot to me. If you are not a subscriber yet, please click that subscribe button down there at the bottom of the page, and don't forget to click the bell so that you're notified when there's new content. I hope to see you all again real soon. Bye-bye.